Hi, my name is Andrea Poneri and welcome to this new video. So you basically want to make this year a year with great changes, a year where you actually achieve the things that you want to achieve, the year where you will become irrecognizable by the amount of improvement you did, right? And that's great because we have to know that we want to change in order to actually start changing. And at the end of this video, you will know exactly how to define your goals and your dream self accordingly in order to actually achieve what you want to achieve in the next 12 months. At the end of 2021, I came across this fact that goals were just byproducts of characters. And so that if I wanted to achieve my goals, I actually had to define my character first. So I had to define the person that was able to achieve those goals in order to actually achieve them. And this idea was very new to me. And so at the end of 2021, I started to write down my ideal version of myself, the version 2.0 of Andrea Poneri. And at the beginning, it was obviously not that good. It was quite bad, but it helped. So the year afterwards, in winter 2022, I actually rewrote it again, trying to make it better, and it works even better. I was so impressed by it that last year, so in winter 2023, I actually redid it, and this time I think I came across a much better technique that I wanted to share with you, because it really made a quantum jump when it comes to quality, and it has become much better. So I'm sure it will work even better than the last years. So the first thing I actually learned was that in order to achieve what I wanted to achieve, I actually had to know what I wanted to achieve. Because if you don't know what you want, how can you expect to obtain it? And so that's the first thing to keep in mind. The second thing you want to keep in mind is that you actually have to reverse engineer it. So you don't have to think about the goals so much, but you have to focus on defining the person that is able to achieve those goals. So as soon as you know what your goals are, the next step is to actually define the person who is able to achieve those goals. And there you have to accept a very harsh truth, like I did. You have to accept the fact that you are not yet the person who is able to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Because very simply, if you already were that person, you would already have those things. So for example, if you want to have a great physique, you just have to accept that by now you're not yet that person who is able to have that great physique. Very simply because you don't yet have the discipline, you haven't yet put in the, I would say, at least 50 or 100 workouts. You haven't yet slept well for some months, you haven't yet eaten well for some months, and many other things. So you are not yet the person who deserves to have what you want to have. That might sound bad, but it's actually great, because very simply, you can become that person. And that's great. And by now you're maybe asking yourself,
yeah, but why should I actually define all these things and my goals? But I actually already know them. Yeah, but I don't know, I don't really understand what this version 2.0, what is the ideal version of myself, what I don't know what that means.
And we will come to that in a second. But the reason that you actually want to write this down is actually because you have to define what your dream life looks like in order to actually live it. Because if you don't know what your dream life looks like, what you want to be, what you want to have, you will never get it, because you don't know yourself. It's as simple as that. And now I will show you exactly my secret technique that I refined in 3 years to actually achieve your goals. And now I'm very excited to show you my self-transcendence document. And we will go over each section of it. So the first page is actually not very important. It's just to make it beautiful, basically. I've written some premises and the date when I finished the document. Then the second page is a page where you put on your role models. So basically, when thinking about this page, you want to think about the people which have the qualities that you want to have. So then let's come to the next page. And this page contains all the key mindsets, all the things that you want to be reminded of every single day, that you never want to forget. These are statements that should always be in your mind, so you write them down here. So on the next page, I've written down my habits and my routine, basically. My morning routine, what I do in the morning, then what I do during the day, then my evening routine, and how I actually go to sleep. So this has to be very detailed and has to contain the main things. Then I've actually written down and visualized my ideal identity for the year 2050. So basically, there's a lot of symbolisms right here, and I've written down everything on here. And this is what you want to become in the next 30 years. So this should be quite different to what you are right now. The next section is about our identity for the year 2024, and I separated the section in two subsections. So the first section is about health and lifestyle, and so here I write down how my health and lifestyle is ideally for the year 2024. And next subsection is about wealth and business. So here I did the same thing as with health and lifestyle, but with wealth and business. The next one is my legacy and achievements. I've basically written down my biggest achievements until now. And then I like this section a lot, and this is about my story until today. So imagine your life as a book, and every chapter is basically an image right here. The next section, which is my future. I've actually written down the steps, the big milestones that I will achieve in the year 2024. So the first one was, for example, my first video, and there are many others too. Then the next section is a very juicy one. I like this a lot. And this is my manifesto. So when you're writing this section of your self-transcendence document, you have to close your eyes and think about who your dream self is, and write down how he feels, what he does, on what is he working on, how does he spend his time, what does he own, how does he feel, what does he think, what friends does he have, how does he see himself, what are his plans and goals. So you want to be very specific, but at the same time very on the point. And the next section is related to the manifesto, and here I write down basically in bullet points my character traits, how I actually look like, then my social life, the big goals I've achieved, and my image related to how I see myself and how other people see me. The next section is a big section, a really big section, and a really important one, and that is your goals. So in this section you write down your goals based on wealth, business, health, mental health. Take the biggest things in your life and you write down your goals about them. And you use this as a guideline to think about how you should become in order to achieve these goals. Then there is my daily advertising checklist, and if you have read Alex Hormoz's book $100 Million Leads, you know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, this is just for me to see every day what I have to do. Then I write down my standards. These are basically things that cannot be questioned, things that it's just like that, and that's it. Point. There is no why and because, and that's basically it. That's how it is, and you don't question it. So the last section is a very, 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 very powerful one. And this section is about your positive affirmations. These are things that by the end of 2024 you want to believe. You want to think this way by the end of 2024. It's just as easy as that. You write down the things that you want to be convinced of, and you read them twice a day. So you basically write down this document and you read it twice a day. You try to visualize yourself. You try to put in as much as emotion as you possibly can. That was basically it. I presented you the document that will change my life for sure, because I will use it. And if you do it and you actually put in some hours of work to creating it, and every day you read it twice a day, that takes about 20 minutes, you will actually achieve these things. It's not magic, it's just how it works. I tried it out and it worked like magic. I'm not joking. So I really hope you do it. And if you have questions, write them down into the comment section, because I will respond to you as soon as I see the comment. I hope this video was as valuable as it could be for you, and that you will actually do this, because it will help you if you do it. If you don't do it and watch another video, it won't help you. So don't forget to take action on it. And I wish you a great year 2024, a year full of success and everything you want. And you get what you want, as we said earlier, by defining it first and then working on it. So if you arrived at the end of this video, I'm sure you will actually implement it, because you're probably the type of person who takes things seriously and who is serious about changing and improving. So I wish you all the best and see you. Bye. Pew!